What's up, everybody? My name is Alexis Foster and I am a commercial real estate appraiser trainee here in the state of Louisiana. And in this video today, I'm going to be telling y'all basically the step-by-step guide on how you can become a real estate appraiser trainee in your state if this is something that you are interested in or if you want to pursue. So an appraiser trainee is basically somebody who wants to someday become a licensed residential appraiser or a certified general appraiser, which basically means that you can appraise commercial real estate. So obviously, me working under a commercial supervisor, I am somebody who wants to pursue my certified general license, which means that I can appraise commercial real estate. I have no interest in appraising residential real estate. It's not something that I want to do. If I wanted to do it, then I would have worked under a residential supervisor. You have to have your appraiser trainee's license before you can do this. Now, every state has different requirements. In the state of Louisiana, I had to take a 75-hour real estate appraiser trainee's course and then a 4 hours ethics course. I know in other states, it is different. In some states, it's way more hours. It's kind of like taking your real estate exam license. You know, some states are a lot of hours and then some states are not so many. So check into your state, literally Google Louisiana real estate appraiser trainee license. This is the very first step that you have to do before becoming a real estate appraiser trainee. Contrary to popular belief, real estate appraisers are very much in high demand. I know that people are going to tell you that real estate appraising is dying because of AI or because of all the technology that is available nowadays. But guess what? It's not dying. Real estate appraising is more sought out than ever before. It's just different. It's different than the career was 30, 20, 10 years ago. It's different in the past 5 years because of what happened in 2020 with COVID. So without further ado, I am going to go into the different steps of how to become an appraiser trainee. First of all, you need to take your appraiser trainee license classes. Like I said, it is 75 hours in the state of Louisiana plus a 4-hour ethics course for a total of 79 hours. This is broken down into 4 sections. I can't exactly remember the exact sections, but it was really simple for me because I am a licensed real estate agent as well. So these courses were like a little refresher course. The only thing that was different was that appraisers have to abide by USPAP rules, which is USPAP, USPAP. And this is just something that is over real estate appraisers. I did not know anything about that, so that was the only difference for me. Other than that, I knew pretty much everything because of my real estate course that I took. So that part was really simple. I know that you have to be at least 18 years of age and you have to have a college degree. Now, here's the kicker though. For your real estate appraiser trainee course, you can literally take this when you are 18 years old and then go to college the whole time because you have to have a college degree here in the state of Louisiana to be a commercial real estate appraiser. I don't know about residential though. I know that every state is different. Some states require that you have a college degree, 4 years, and some states don't require that. So you have to check your state guidelines. But here in the state of Louisiana, I have been told that you have to have a 4-year degree to be a commercial real estate appraiser or a residential real estate appraiser. But here's the thing, you can literally take your real estate appraiser trainee license when you're 18 years old, and you can do that like while you're going to college and getting your college classes, getting your 4-year degree. You don't have to even specialize in anything. I have a college degree in Spanish and I'm a real estate appraiser. So that has nothing to do with real estate, business, finance, statistics, none of that. So it's really funny. I mean, there's people who I know who have history college degrees. There's people I know who have like Spanish, like me. There's people who I know who have forestry degrees, and some people I know, they have finance degrees, they have business degrees, and that's great. That's perfectly in line of what this career is. But you don't have to specialize in a certain college degree. So you can take your course, you take the hours that's required of this certified license, and then you submit it to the state and that you passed this course, and they give you your appraiser trainee license. Now, who do you go through to take this appraiser trainee license course? The 75 hours, 79 hours, whatever it is that your state requires. I personally got mine through McKissock Learning. Is it McKissock Learning? I know it's McKissock, and I'll put it right here. But it was so easy. I literally typed in, Louisiana Real Estate Appraiser Trainee License, and McKissock was the one that everybody talked about doing because it was so simple, easy to work through. You could do it all online. You could schedule in-person classes as well if you wanted, or online Zoom classes, but I did the online one because I wanted to do it at my own pace. And basically, I signed up, I paid for the course. It was about $1,400 for me. So it's not a cheap real estate appraiser training license. It's cheaper than going to college. Yes, of course you do have to go to college. So this is a very expensive thing to get into if this is something that you want to do. But the payoff is totally worth it. Trust me. Like, you're literally working in real estate, and the money that you will be making just makes it all worth it. And the next step is finding a supervisor. Some states call it a mentor, some states call it a supervisor, but you literally, this is people who you may know. A lot of appraisers, like their dad was an appraiser and then they became an appraiser, or their uncle was an appraiser and they became an appraiser, or whatever it may be. So you must find a supervisor before you can even get started appraising. And the reason why is because appraising is not a career that you can just jump into and know exactly what you're doing. It is a very difficult career. It requires a lot of patience, and it requires a lot of learning. And so that's why you have to have a supervisor. Now, this is, you jump into as a real estate appraiser trainee, and it is so simple, right? You literally go to McKissock, you take your appraiser trainee course, you pass the exams, bam, you have your appraiser trainee license from your state. You get that mailed to you. But then you're like, now I need a supervisor or a mentor so that I can start appraising. And that is not an easy way of it. You can't just, walk up to somebody and say, hey, I have my appraiser trainee license. Can you take me on as an appraiser trainee? A lot of appraisers cannot do that. Some don't have the means to do that. It just totally depends. So this is one of those things that a lot of people struggle with. I know that there are online programs now that you can find a supervisor through, and I have talked about this in another video that I posted, that I would totally just walk into different appraiser offices and just talk to the different appraisers and see if they will take you on. That's my number one thing. Bring a resume, show that you are ready to start right then and there. Appraiser trainees, the pay varies greatly. I don't know, like some people, you should get paid. You absolutely should get paid. But some people, they don't take pay just so that they can become an appraiser and get some experience under their belt. So it totally depends on you and your circumstance. But finding a supervisor, like, don't go into this thinking that you will just find one immediately. It does take, months to find one, and it takes consistent, like, hey, I need a supervisor, consistent reaching out to people, things like that. And basically the last step is gaining experience. So once you have gotten this appraiser trainee course, you have taken the required hours that you are supposed to take, and then you apply for your trainee license, and then you find your supervisor. The last step is to start gaining experience hours. And what you do is every state is different. You can either work toward your certified residential license or your certified general license. One of them appraises residential properties, the certified residential license, and one of them appraises commercial properties, and you can also do residential if you want as well, but that's the certified general license. You can appraise all real estate property types. Once you find a supervisor and you get the required experience hours by your state, then you can start putting those in a appraisal log, is what they call it. And basically, you just log your hours. You're like, hey, I spent, let's just say that you are a residential appraiser. In the state of Louisiana, that is 1,500 experience hours. To be a certified general appraiser, like a commercial appraiser, you have to have 3,000 hours. So let's just say that you want to go the certified residential appraiser route. You only need the appraisal trainee classes that you took, which was the 79 hours that's required here in Louisiana, and then your 1,500 experience hours. So let's say that you work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. You'll get that pretty quickly under your supervisor, and you just log what you do. Now, is that realistic? I don't know. Right now in this market, I don't think that it's very realistic to get those hours that fast under residential appraising. I am a commercial appraiser trainee, and so I need 3,000 hours of experience, and that is very easy for me to do because commercial is just a different type of real estate. It's a lot more work. You spend a lot more time on the appraising these real estate commercial properties just because it's a lot more research. There's just a lot more that goes into the commercial side. So once you get those hours though, you just start logging them. My biggest piece of advice is to start an Excel folder, and let's just say that you get licensed in 2025 to start doing appraisal trainee work, and you just start a 2025 tab and you do the address, what property type it was, how many hours you spent on it, and you just start logging those hours. It's pretty simple because once you get the hours that are required, then you can apply to take your certified residential exam or your certified general exam. And of course, there's more coursework that is required underneath those licenses, but that's basically what it is to be an appraiser trainee. I mean, it's pretty simple. There's basically, I said like 3 steps. You know, you take your appraisal trainee coursework that's required, apply for your license, find a supervisor, and then start logging those hours. You could combine some steps if you want, but it's basically just 4 steps. It's pretty simple. So that's what you have to do. If this is something that you are pursuing, don't give up hope. It is such a great career. If you feel like you can't find a supervisor, don't give up hope on that either. You never know. Sometimes it's just talking to other people, to other appraisers, even if it's in different states. Sometimes it's just, posting on Facebook groups like Real Estate Appraisees Training Together. There's a Facebook group called that. Or Ask the Appraiser. There's a Facebook group on that. And sometimes it's just getting on there and like, hey, I can't find a supervisor. I'm really struggling with this. Or I'm really struggling on passing the second part of my appraiser trainee license course. Can somebody help? Do people have pieces of advice that you could give to me? Sometimes that's all it is. It's just talking to people. outside of your area, outside of your state, in your state, if you're lucky to find people like that. It just depends. So don't give up hope. It's such a great career to get into. I'm so glad that I chose real estate as my career, and I love doing appraiser trainee work for the commercial side of things because that is totally my cup of tea, and it all just depends on you. And if y'all have any pieces of advice, leave comments below. Subscribe to my channel. I'm making a series on appraisal trainee videos, advice, things like that. And I'm just here to share my journey and to be transparent. So I will see y'all in the next video, and don't forget to watch my other videos that I have posted.